Hello, thank you for joining our Confidence Week. I'm excited to be able to go through some different things throughout this week. There'll be 5 days that are scheduled out for this. I hope that you will take this seriously and take the time to really focus on your confidence and building it so that you can be influential and more of a success in your life and to influence those around you. I do want to talk about day one today, which day one is who are you? This is a huge thing for me when I was trying to build more confidence in myself. Understanding who I was was actually one of the most impactful things for me. And the reason why is because it came down to understanding one thing, and that is my identity. So my identity had to do with lots of different things, and I'm going to narrow down actually 4 different things that are going to help you identify and write out all those things that you identify with, spelling out who you are. And the first one I want to talk about is you individually. So the first one is individual. So individually, who are you? Now that comes down to your name, what you represent, what you believe about yourself is how you identify it. That's who you are. Now I wrote tons of different things down. I am a son. I'm Jeremy Smithson. This is the family I belong to. So very self-explanatory, very spelled out things of who I am really helps me identify who that is. Now there's also 3 other things that are extremely impactful as well. And I found myself writing a lot more about these other things than I did about the individual aspects of my identity, because my identity had influence and it had cause and effect. So people would influence on me, and my identity was surrounded around those things. But it helps me identify exactly who I am and helps me build that confidence that we're working so hard on this week. So now the second one is others. So how do you identify, or who are you in representation to others? Now this might be, I'm a father, I'm a supporter, I'm a leader, I'm a husband. Those things all help me build confidence, who I am, who I need to be acting on every single day. What are my responsibilities associated with others? Who am I going to impact based off of who I am? I'm a worker, so I'm an employee, something like that. Now write out literally everything that comes to your mind. Don't leave anything out. I intend for this to be a very spelled out list so that at the end of the day you can maybe highlight some things so that you're like, you know what, I'm not totally congruent or true to that one thing. I want to be a little bit more true to that identity, or maybe identify 3 things that spell out exactly who you are. And everything else kind of surrounds that type of thing. Now the third thing is spiritual. Now, spiritually is how you identify. Absolutely, this is the one that helped me overcome many, many different things in my life. I became more confident and being able to do really hard things because of my spiritual identity and who I was in representation to that spiritual aspect. So what I mean by this is, who am I spiritually? I, Jeremy Smithson, am a son of God. And I have said this over and over and over again over my entire life. But it wasn't until a few years ago that it really made a huge impact on me. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean that who I am as a son of God? What does that mean? It means that I'm divine. It means I have far more capability than I give myself credit. And so it builds this confidence in me that I can do really hard things. Now, some of the things that really impacted was my recovery and addiction to my pornography addiction. That was a huge impact, identifying that I am a son of God and that I can overcome this Now, it wasn't me that was overcoming it. I give all the credit to my Savior Jesus Christ for Him giving me the strength and the power to resist temptation, to move forward instead of backward, and to look forward. Because that's what spiritual identity is it's not you dwelling upon the past. We all make mistakes. I understand that. I continue to make mistakes. But dwelling every single day on what I'm doing wrong or failing at is not going to help me become who I want to be. And so I align myself with these three things specifically. Now, the last one is as a contributor. So, where are you a contributor? Now, I identify and who I am in regards to contributors. I'm a hard worker. I'm a provider. I'm a protector. I contribute towards something, and that is my identity. It all ties down into this one thing of who I am, who I represent. Now, I also would recommend that you take some time to do two things. The first one, write down every word that you would identify yourself with, like strong, spiritual, hard worker, commitment, all those different things that you feel like you align with right now. And then make a list of all those things that you, the ideal self, my ideal Jeremy, would want to be. Maybe those things that people want, that you would want at the end of your life for them to say about you. And because that's something that you've dreamed of and you really worked hard on that. And then the last column, I want you to write down all the things that you think everyone else thinks about you. Because, and then maybe ask some people if, what is my brand? What do I stand for? And that will help you identify some of these things of how you can contribute, how you can change. This one here is going to be totally different than the others. And so maybe create several different columns that are going to help you really condense this so that by the end of the day, day one, you will be able to say, I know who I am. I know my identity and where I contribute to society, and my spiritual nature individually and to others. I hope that this will help you get a little bit of guidance in regards to where to go with this. I know that it's not easy to think about who I am. Sometimes it almost feels like I'm being a little bit self-centered when I do something like this. But ultimately, if you don't know who you are, how can you contribute? How can you do this if you don't know who you are, if you don't have a specific identity? And then at the end of the week, you may find that because of you discovering this, you have a purpose. You have a specific purpose that you want to identify with. Now, your purposes may change throughout life. It's not like I only will be this for the rest of my life. You may have different causes that you're really working towards. And I hope that you will attach to this and that you'll really take this seriously and really focus on building this confidence throughout this week. I know that this one was the first step for me to gaining the confidence I needed to do really difficult things. Adversity is just one of those things. But another thing that this helped me with, to really identify with, and spiritually, was my health. About 3 years ago, I was awoken in the night with I thought was a heart attack. My lung was actually contracting, and it caused really, really terrible pain for me. And so it really it scared me. And over the next 15 months, I went from doctor to doctor to doctor, only to find out that they had no idea what was going on with me. It was scary. It was really scary. But I had several doctors, one after another, say the only reason why I was up and working and running around with my family was because of the attitude and the knowledge of who I was. They could tell that I had this confidence that helped me become something and to maintain a lifestyle that I desired more than anything. Now, was it hard? Absolutely. Every day I was exhausted. I have a really rare blood disorder, and so my red blood count is a lot lower, so it makes me really tired really fast. Now, it doesn't mean that I can't contribute. It just means I have to monitor myself closer. So once I identified who I was, it meant I had a purpose. As a father, as a husband, I need to be present with my kids when I have that energy to give to them. Spiritually, as a son of God, I have strength and power beyond my means. Individually, I'm Jeremy. I am a son of God. Like I can really contribute. I'm a son. I have a family that cares about me. It really helped me. And then contribute. That kind of connected to everything else. Contributor. As I worked hard and as I protected and provided for my family, and as I did those things, I found a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. I know that building this confidence is going to do the same for you, so again, please take this seriously. This is your confidence. It's not mine. I've already accomplished this. I've already built that confidence in myself, and I want to share it with anybody I can. So please take this seriously and really sit down. Carry that notebook with you everywhere you go today, so that if something comes to your mind or someone says something about you or to you, you write that down right then. And then at the end of the day, make sure you assess everything and make those circles and really narrow down where you want to go, set those goals to accomplish who you are. So I'm excited to hear about this. Please share comments, send me an email of your experience in regards to find out who you are. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing about it.